All right, it's 5:45 on Monday, Mike Weinberg, and I need to tell you a story. So I was talking to Matt last night, and he's starting his third job at Salesforce next month. Not exactly sure what he's moving into, but it's more responsibility and greater control over the whole. And I asked him, how did 2020 end? He said, well, I've got 3 or 4 more things in the pipeline that I wish could have closed, but in a year or two, they'll probably close. So someone else will get that. But I closed the year, I exceeded my sales goal, and I closed the year with 500,000 in new recurring business. 500,000 a year in new recurring business. I said, oh, wow, that's pretty good. He says, yeah, I think that puts me as the top person in all the 40 states that they're working in. I said, get out. Are you kidding me? I said, tell me more about that. He said, yeah. So I called on companies between 25 and 200 people, non-financial services, non-healthcare, and they're all calls that he initiated himself. No warm leads, no, hey, here's someone who sent in a form on a website. He just figured out targets and whatnot and started making phone calls from his little 600 square foot apartment in Denver, Colorado. And I don't know if you've seen this book yet. It's called New Sales Simplified by Mike Weinberg. He sounds like he could be like a cousin or something. This guy is a genius, a genius. Listen to this guy. Listen to this guy write. Visualize the salesperson as an elite fighter pilot. The mission, acquire enough new pieces of business or new accounts to exceed sales goals. Once our pilot is locked into strategic, finite, focused, workable list of targets, it's time to load the jet with weapons required to execute the attack and carry out the mission. And here's a sampling of the weapons cache available for the sales battle. Isn't that great writing? The guy's a genius writer, this Mike Weinberg. So here's what he says about phone calls. The proactive telephone call. This is on page 69. Mine's all yellow in my copy. Much to the dismay of many Sales 2.0 pontificators and scared sales reps, I remain a huge fan of the old friend, the telephone. Bar none, the phone is still the most deadly and accurate weapon to score a face-to-face meeting with a target prospect. That's genius. I'm in total agreement with him. Total agreement with him. So here's the deal, Mike Weinberg. Thank you. Thanks for writing this book. Thank you for giving that book to my son. Thanks for being the kind of person that my son wants to emulate. And I want you to be encouraged that some 27-year-old Yahoo who's read your book probably 2 or 3 times, sat in his apartment all last year, prospecting new business from scratch. And he's the top guy in America in his little niche that of 40 other people like him. And that, I think, is partially because of what the gifts God put in him that he's using, but it's also because of you, my friend, and I am grateful for you. Thanks. I love you.